Yeah, Buffs back with you for a beer from Real Ale today. It's wee heavy, and I'm here with a coach, the old cohort, and let's get a pour on. Let's get a pour on, and we're celebrating Burns night today because Mike Burns is here, the coach himself, and we're gonna get pour on. But it's actually a Scotch ale, not a Scottish ale, right?
Yeah.
Scotch ale.
So the Scotch ales are going to be a little higher in ABV, and I know this is probably going to be a malt bomb. We're not going to get a lot of hops out of this.
Right.
And the Scottish ales I think are a little lower in ABV.
Yes, that's right. I do recall that, and there's a reason why it's called the wee heavy, and it's when you want some more.
It's a bit of a kilt lifter.
So it's 9.3%. So it's pretty.
It's a little like a barley wine.
Okay.
It's at least
okay.
on the nose.
Right. Rich and malt driven, part Highlands, part Hill Country. So it's a good combination. It's perfect, right, for a Burns night celebration. Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, so let's get a taste. Yeah, it has that maltiness to it for sure when you smell it. It's kind of, it's pretty kind of reddish, right? Dark.
That'll get you. That is a malt bomb for sure. That is good.
Oh,
especially in this weather. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like that. It almost has a bit of a kick to it on the aftertaste.
Yeah, this is definitely a share, I think, for something this big.
So what I got like this bottle, and then I've got like a mini one as well.
Okay.
So I've got two, but I figured, because the coach is here, we just share the bigger one. It's unfiltered. And like I've talked about in a couple of previous ones, I've been out to Real Ale, based in Blanco, Texas, which is part of the Hill Country. I believe they started in the early 90s, as I recall, but it was a smaller location. But their facility now is fantastic.
They remodeled a couple years back, I think.
They did, didn't they? So they've expanded. It's a lot bigger. But I was talking to the guys when we went out there that weekend. I missed you guys because they were all up at breweries in Cibolo Creek, and I was over in Blanco. But it's primarily the location is focused on distribution and canning. Yeah. It's not really focused on people they have a tap room obviously, and they have like a food truck and such, but it's
do they do spirits there too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
Right.
Yeah, they do spirits. So it's huge. I mean, the facility is massive. It's really impressive, and I hang out there, chatted to the locals, got chatting to the folks behind the bar, and just a cool atmosphere. And
I've never had a bad beer from Real Ale. You can find it just about any grocery store here in San Antonio, surrounding areas.
Yeah.
Fresh Kicks, one of the IPAs I really like.
That's great.
But this is not something I'd probably be shooting for in the summertime. I think it's a little much, but right now when it's overcast, and I guess it feels like it probably would over in Scotland, UK, so
right,
kind of primo.
I mean, if you look at it today, I'm just going to do a quick rotation for you, beer buffs, so you can see the weather. It's a misty kind of I wouldn't say cold, but misty, cold, dreary, and it's still drizzling. We're out here in our coats, So
it works perfect. This is great,
right? Yeah. So it kind of feels we could be in the Highlands a little bit, Well, something on this.
You could be part Highlands, part Hill Country, and that's exactly what this is.
That's what you are, right?
Yeah.
Being Burns, but yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit more, but I don't really. Oh yeah, here you go. Why not? We got a little bit to finish off.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. There's not really much else to say about this. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the maltiness of it. It's smooth.
I wonder what it's rated on Untappd.
You should have a look for the beer buffs here before we give our ratings. Or should we? Or should we rate it before we look at that? I don't know. Nah. I tell you what, I'll rate mine and then you can look it up and then we can just discuss it. Honestly, for me, this is a solid 9. I can't give it anything less, really. It's a solid, steady 9. It's tasty.
All right, let's see.
From myself. I'm getting wet out here. I got a wet arse.
All right, real heavy. 7.7 thousand check-ins at an average of 3.86 out of 5.
Okay.
And then, let's see.
I know.
Steve Harkins in 2014 gave it a 4.5.
Oh, there you go.
9 years ago.
Steve knows, as we
Nice.
always say. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it's I think I'm gonna give it a 9. Yeah, it's
There's
pretty.
your description.
Okay. Oh, I should probably read this just to give you an idea. Sometimes, as you know, I read it off the bottle and stuff. A Scotch ale brewed with metal affinyados could be called nothing else but real heavy. And yeah, you can understand that. Our take on the wee heavy style is imposing malt forward brew weigh in at 9.7. That's where the name gets. But I honestly, when I'm drinking it, I don't think of it as like too overpowering in alcohol content.
It's not as, it doesn't come off as boozy as I don't know, some of the other malt bombs we've had.
Right.
Or,
Definitely.
but I think it could be sneaky.
Actually, when you do get a slight aftertaste.
It's a little warm. It'll warm you up.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll warm you up for
Definitely.
sure.
English hops, English crystal malt, and fermented with house English ale yeast. So it's very British, really, you know. I don't know if I should say that. All this Englishness in a
And the Brits and the
Scottish
Scots
based.
not going to be happy.
I know. Bang your head with a couple of pints of real heavy. A couple of pints that would send you on the floor, right?
We still
Anyway.
got more to drink.
But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going to give it a 9. I don't know about that. And company is probably included in that. I don't know about you, Coach. What do
Yeah,
you think?
I'm gonna for the style and everything like that. I'm gonna give it an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. Like I said, I wouldn't find myself doing this in warmer weather. This weather's perfect, and we're gonna follow this up with some hoppier beers and some sours. But this is a great way to start our little celebration for Burns Night. It's a couple days late, but I'm super pumped because I know we got some good food lined up.
We've had haggis-based sausage rolls.
Yeah.
And the wife is doing some beef and some pork, I believe.
It looks. I already saw it. She opened up the oven. It looks great. And then she sent my wife a recipe that I guess the Crown or whatever just released the recipe for the dessert.
Serious?
And it's a raspberry dessert that the recipe was just released. So
Oh, okay. So it's
that's
brand
what we're having
new
for dessert. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a lovely raspberry-based dessert. We got plenty of beers, and we got a very special. Maybe I'll get a photo and post it. Very special sour that Mike brought over. That's from what year?
So
4 years ago,
it's
right?
a 2018 8-year-old Rubicite from Jester King. Compliments of Mr. Harkins.
Yes.
So
Cheers, Steve.
really excited for that one. That was going to be my wife's. It's my wife's beer, but she said that we could split it. And she's going to have some, and Kid will have some. So
We're gonna celebrate, and we're gonna celebrate his anniversary of 6 years as
Yep.
well. So yeah, cheers to that.
cheers.
Cheers, beer buffs. We'll see you soon.